Hey everybody, Essence here, and today we are talking about goal setting. This is something that's kind of near and dear to my heart because I've had such a a toxic relationship with setting goals. So, just making sure everything's set up here. So this is something that I felt called to share, and yeah, let's dive right in. So I am using a new service for my live. I just want to make sure everything's working here. If you experience any issues, please let me know in the comments. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, I am Essence Turner, and I am a soul, purpose, and abundant coach. And I help purpose driven women to heal their shame, abandonment issues, and self dislike so that you can show up authentically and create an abundant life and business. A lot of times, us women who have experienced trauma in our various ways, sometimes it's very hard for us to create the life and business we want. So I help you to clear the blocks so that you can move forward. So I'm going to be sharing 9 steps with you today. And so I started setting goals a while ago, and then I quit a while ago. And this, at the end of last year, at the end of 2019, is when I started setting goals again. So I would say it was probably about 2018. I was working with my coach and I was setting goals. And let's just say I hadn't even made like $1,000 in my business, but I think I had maybe set like a 5K goal. And I was so excited. And I was, doing all the things. I was making Facebook posts, and I had started an email list, and just really excited, just expecting this 5K to show up, right? And then I remember for a couple months of just like going after different goals, changing the goal, the amount, but not being able to achieve it. And I think after about 90 days, I had my coaching call and I was just like in tears. Like, I hate this. I'm never setting goals again. I don't like this. I don't know what's wrong with me, why I'm not meeting my goals. And it was like I quit. Like, I'm just like, universe, just give me whatever, because I'm not setting any more goals. And I meet a lot of women who are kind of in this place of like, yeah, universe, just whatever, even with relationships, like just send me a relationship, and like scared to get specific about what it is they want in a partner. And so with goals, one of the things that I was doing wrong, which is what I want to talk to you about, is setting goals from abundant mindset, is I was making the goal mean like, if I hit this goal, then that means I'm successful. Then that means I'm a winner. Then that means I can quit my job, right? This is like all this meaning I was given to the goals. And so one of the things I've learned is to set goals from abundance. The mindset is, I already have everything that I need. I am already everything that I need. Like, me meeting this goal is not going to give me anything within myself that I don't already have. Right. So a lot of times we'll set these goals because we're hoping like, okay, if I hit this 10K goal, then that means I'm successful. It doesn't mean that. It just means you made a 10K, you had a 10K month. Right. But we put all this meaning into it. And then when we don't hit the goal, then it means we're a failure. And it doesn't mean that either. It just means you didn't hit the goal. So what I had decided last year was that when I set my goal, I'm setting it from a place that like my goal is an addition to what I already have. It doesn't make or break me, right? So if I hit it, great. If I don't hit it, I'm still good. Like, I'm not a failure. I'm choosing to see myself as a success, even though, I haven't hit that goal yet. I'm a success because I'm going after a goal. There's so many people right now that have dreams in their heart and they're not even going towards them. So me just doing that is I'm already a success. And so how can you begin to like take that mindset on and seeing yourself as already successful, and now you're the successful person going towards your goal? Okay. So I have some notes here. So the first thing is, what do you want to create and by when? So get clear, get specific about what you want. I want more money is not a specific goal, because I guarantee you, if you're walking outside your door and you find a nickel, you're not going to be like, yes, I hit my goal, right? No, and that's more money. Like that counts, right? So how much money do you want? Or I'll just want more clients. What does that mean? What does that look like to you, right? I just want a job. What kind of job? Like get as specific as you can, so that when it shows up at your door, you can say, it's here, I hit my goal. But when you have, again, I want, more clients, what does that mean? What does that look like? Well, you know it when it comes knocking at your door, right? So just making sure I hit that point. Yes. Okay. The second step, and again, by when? That's yes. So what do you want and by when? So set a date. Not all the time will the goal come at that specific date. There is a such thing as divine timing, but it's still good to have that date set. Like you're letting the universe know, and your inner GPS system know, like we're moving towards this goal to be completed by this date. Okay. And then 2, choose the goal from love and abundance versus fear, scarcity, lack, or comparison. So that's another thing that I found that I was doing, is sometimes I was having a goal based on something that somebody else created in their business. Like, oh, she made this, so then I want to make that next month. Right. And it wasn't coming from like a genuine desire. It was coming from comparison. Some other people had like creating goals from fear and scarcity is just like, okay, well, I don't have enough money in my bank account, so I really need to create 5K so that I can have it in my bank account and feel safe. Do you feel like that energy, how I'm saying it? It's like at that low fear vibration behind it. You're not setting it from a place of abundance or from a place of love. It's coming from fear, right? And so you can still set that exact same goal, but how can you create it from abundance, right? From love, from belief. So it's going to be different for every person, but you definitely want to recognize when you're coming from fear, lack, or scarcity to like shift your energy and your mindset around your goal. And 3, make your goals, but with a make your goals believable, but then with a small stretch, because sometimes we will set goals, and I'm speaking for me, set goals that are so big and gigantic that it like makes you freeze. So in the beginning, when you first set it, you might feel very excited about it, but then you are like spending time in confusion and procrastination. So like that happened to me. Like I had set a goal for a 12K month. And then that month, I barely took any action because there was just so much fear of like, how's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? And what do I need to do? Like, oh, I just got to be in massive action. Like it really shook up my nervous system and I couldn't move forward. So what is something believable, but a little stretch? So for me, a couple months ago, what that felt like was 7K. My coach said, what feels juicy? And I'm like, 7K. And it felt really good in my soul and in my body. And it wasn't coming from fear. It was just like, this would be so much fun. And I knew what I wanted to do with it. So I set that goal, and all through that month, I was able to maintain. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I did have a couple dips, but for the most, I'll say 90%, I was able to hold the vibration of like the 7K is coming and taking action on it. And it wasn't even like hustly, massive action. And I was able to hit it for the very first time. But it was like the energy behind it was from fun and abundance, not from fear. I wasn't making it mean that if I make this, then I'm a success. And no, it was just like, this will be so much fun. This will be a great addition to what I already have. Okay. So I heard somebody, so if we talk, let's just say if we're talking about money goals, do like a one, like double it, or like 1.5. So like double. So if let's say you're doing 3K months, then to double it would be like, okay, you can try for a 6K month, or I think 1 times 1.5 would be, is that like 4,500? You can do the math. Right? Like setting your goals that way. Because then when you do it like that, you're proving to yourself like, this is possible. Like, I can do it. And like, you can keep setting your goals and upping them, versus I'm at a 3K month and then I want to set a 15K goal. Not saying that it can't happen, but again, for many of us, it puts us in like this fear, scarcity energy, hustly energy, and then the goal isn't met. You want to be able to move towards your goals from ease and flow, and not that, hustly, graspy, toxic masculine energy. You want to be in that feminine flow of moving forward, but from your heart. 4, why do you want it? So this is another thing that I had to get clear is for me. So there are some people that will talk about, let's say, money goals again, that can say, I want this money goal, and it just be because I want the money in the bank, and that be enough for them. But then there's some of us that money doesn't necessarily drive us in that same way. So then why do you want it? Because then your why can help move you forward and keep the inspiration going. So for me, one of my whys this year have been because I want to invest in some more courses, like mastermind, right? And I wanted to do some things around the house, right? So it's like, these are bigger whys for me. And then a bigger why for my overall business is I want to buy a lake house. And so it's not like I want all this money just so I can have it in the bank, but like, I want a lake house. And like, that is a driving, a motivating factor behind me hitting my goals. Just having a money goal doesn't juice me up. And so if you're anything like me, like heart-centered, then a why would definitely help you. So you can let your brain give you all the reasons why. So it might be like, because Sheila has this, because I'm tired of, my bank account being in the negative, right? Like, get all the low vibrational whys, and then deeply get in your heart, like, no, why does my soul want this? Right? And then that is your why. Okay. 5, this is important. What will you make it mean? Whether you A, hit the goal, or B, don't hit the goal. We already touched on this, but I still really want to make this a step. Is what will you make it mean if you don't succeed? So let's talk about that one first. So like, I was doing this with one of my clients, and she said, I'm going to make it mean that I'm a failure. Well, if you got all that pressure on the table, then a lot of times you're not going to meet that goal. If you're already saying, if I don't get it, then I'm going to be a failure, that's what's playing in your mind, is like, I'm a failure, I'm a failure, I'm a failure. Right? So let's change the mean. Like, what's a different thing you can think about yourself if you don't hit the goal? And then she's like, I could think that I did my best, and that I'm proud of myself. There's nothing wrong with, if you don't hit the goal, you still being proud of yourself and thinking highly of yourself. Sometimes we automatically think, if I don't hit the goal, then I have to be hard on myself. That's not true. You can love yourself regardless of whether you hit the goal or not. And then again, what are you going to make it mean if you do hit the goal? And I'm like, I'm going to make it mean that I did a damn good job, that I showed up for myself, that I was of service, and that I'm living like I'm living in my purpose. Right? It doesn't mean anything about me inherently, like that I'm worthy, that I'm, deserving, that I'm now successful. It doesn't mean any of that. Right? Well, whatever meaning you want to give it, but give it something, especially if you don't hit the goal, give it a meaning that is still going to be self-loving and self-supporting. Next, 6, setting this action plan. So creating an action plan. So you're not really going to know how you did it until you do it. Right? So at the end of the month, you can look back and say, I did this, and that to create that goal. But in the midst of it, you may be trying and doing different things, which is totally fine. So create an action plan of things you plan to do. You don't know if all of them are going to work, but it's you like have some ideas of things you can do versus just sitting down like, okay, I set my goal. When is it going to happen? And oming and meditating. Right? No, you're still moving, taking steps, meeting the universe halfway. This was something that I really had to work on, because I was a person that just thinks like about manifesting. It's like, it's just going to happen. And like, I don't have to put much work or effort in, and it's just not true. Sometimes things do fall in your lap, but a lot of times you have to take the inspired action, take the scary action forward, and then the universe meets you with that person, place, or thing that will fulfill your manifest goal. For instance, last year when I stopped working and I decided I was going to be like all in on my business, I decided that, okay, so first, me starting with a goal that was believable was I'm going to enroll 2 clients. This was December 2019. So then a couple of days later, my intuition said, do some goddess circles. And so as I'm creating my goddess circle, I get 2 referrals. So it didn't necessarily come from the goddess circles, but I was taking action, and my goal still came from someplace else. And then I still move forward with doing my circles. And over the next couple months, that is how I was hitting my goals, is I was doing my goddess circles and then inviting women to have a consult with me. And then on there telling them like how I can help them achieve what we were working on. Okay. So you have your action plan, but you still have to take action. So that's number 7, is taking the action. So don't just create the list and have it there. Take the action. Do it scared. Do it confused, right? Like, just put yourself out there instead of being stuck and stagnant. And if you can't get to moving, you may need to get some help, or really look at, okay, what are the fears that are stopping me from moving? Because generally underneath procrastination and confusion is some kind of fear. So if you can get to the bottom of that, eliminate that, then it may be easier for you to take action. Okay. And then 9, this is for me, this is what I like. 9 is, if I don't hit the goal, it just becomes the goal next month. I mean, it like takes so much pressure off me of like, yes, I'm going for this, but it's not going to make or break me. And if I don't hit it, then I just roll this goal into the next month. I'm just going to keep going after this until I hit it. And then I may try to hit it again, or I may, stretch it a bit. Right? So it's not like if I don't hit the goal, then I'm just done, which is like my attitude in the past, which wasn't getting me anywhere. The new attitude is it just keeps being the goal until I hit the goal. So looking and doing goals this way has helped me all this year to achieve goals. So they started out really small and then they've gotten bigger. And over the last couple months, I have been able to sustain over 5K months, which for a long time I just thought was never going to be possible. So I just wanted to share this with you. I really hope that this helps you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and I would love to do any deeper work with you. If you're someone who has been wanting to go all in on your business, but you've been stuck in confusion, stuck in procrastination, you start or stop, or when you're doing your business, it's so painful because you're in your head beating up on yourself, like this isn't good enough, nobody's gonna like this, nobody wants to hear from me, like all that shame-based self-talk. If that is you, I would love to invite you to do a consult. This is what I help women with. We do the deeper work to pull that stuff out so that you can go after your goals with ease and flow and create that life and business that you are wanting to create. Okay, so if you haven't been able to do this on your own, reach out to me, essenceturner.com, or feel free to send me a private message. But other than that, I will talk to you later.